part two, guys. So we just learned the first verse basically, which is, I climbed up to the highest mountain, flexed your hands, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Step, step, nobody. Step, step. Next part is, I looked, hold on, let me play it for you so you know exact words. Step, step, nobody. Step, step, went down into the deepest valley. Alright? So, the next one is, and so you finish that one, step, step. You take your right foot and do the first step with that arm extended like so. So, you go, went down, left foot step, into, which causes the bend, into, and then have a right step and bend in. So, went down, and then each time you're going a little lower. So went down into the lowest valley. So you're going to basically step until you're really low, and you bring your hands there, and then the next words are looked around down there. So of course, looked around down there, and we know what's next. Couldn't find nobody. Step, step, nobody. With music. Now, next is went across the deep blue sea, and it's the longest stretch. There's no break because it goes into couldn't find none to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. So this one is a nice clump, and I'm going to do it as a clump so you can remember it as a clump, okay? So we went down into the lowest valley, looked around down there, couldn't find nobody. Step, step, nobody. Step, step. Went across the deep, and then take it and just lift your right foot up, blue sea. So and it's very swift, so you have to make it swift and make it very wavy like it's waves. So went across the deep blue sea, and we couldn't find none to compare. We're going to compare our fingers. So went across, and make it nice and wavy. Went across the deep blue sea. And notice the hands go up and down. So lean right, lean left, lean out back front with the right foot raised, which I can't really do because there's a wall behind me. So went across the deep blue sea. Then it goes straight in. Couldn't find none to compare. So after you finish C and you put that foot down, start spinning. With your hands looking, that's how you, well, with your face looking, couldn't find none to compare. And bring compare right around, like as if you're looking at your fingers to see if they look the same. To compare to your grace. So, couldn't find none to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. And with mercy, you're stepping with you're lunging. You take your left foot, you bend forward, you take your hands, and then like baseball, when the person hits home, you're safe. And that's kind of how you think of mercy. Mercy means even if you sin, you're safe because you ask God's repentance. So he gives you his mercy. So his mercy, lunge with your left leg forward, your mercy. Okay? So all of that again is from searched across the deep blue sea. So after down into the lowest valley, looked around down there, couldn't find nobody. Step, step, nobody. Step, step, and it comes really quick. Went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find none to compare punch, you're giving a little pretty little stance. So couldn't find none to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. And then nobody greater than you. I'll do that first half a little bit. Actually, no, I'll clump it up so you really feel the tense, like you have to rewind this and look at this part again. So, to your grace, your love, lunge with your left leg, your mercy, then come back in your original spot. But that left leg don't get any rest because nobody greater. So, nobody greater. So, as soon as you do this, you lift that left leg up, you lift that right leg up, right arm across your body. Nobody greater. Same with the next side, nobody greater. Then you take that right leg back than you. So let's try it out with the music. And plus, let me see how much time I have. Okay, I have a few more minutes because I'm sure 10 minutes is the deal. Step, 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 step. Bend down to. Here it is. I went across the deep blue sea. Couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. And then come up. I missed that part. To end it, snug it up. The next verse is searched all over. Couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low. Still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater than you. So let's get that part in before I stop the tape. And then that goes twice. After all of the verses, actually he goes into the little chorusy part, and that goes twice before he goes to the bridge. Alright? So, nobody greater. So basically, after you finish, went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find none to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. And pull up for the slow effect, because you're going to go down pretty. You're trying to take it slow, but you're not going to, there's going to be a long wait. So tie it up by pulling God close to your heart, like you're cherishing him. Nobody is greater than him, and you're never letting him go. So, nobody greater than you. Dum dum, dun 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 dum dum. Then he goes into the chorus. Searched high. I looked all over. So looked all over is basically a circle. Your right hand is above, like you're looking through bush and you're trying to move it out of the way. Your left hand is just off to the side. So you looked all over. And I haven't decided if you're going like looked all over, like a bounce, but we'll see how it looks when everybody does it. But really right now I'm thinking it might look a little prettier and neater if we just spin. Because if everybody do it like this and everybody does it at the wrong time, it's gonna look bad. So looked all over, couldn't find nobody. Now here's the switch up. Point up with your two hands, or even with one. Just make it look really pretty like ballet hands, but you gotta make sure to point. And put that hand out. So I looked high and get up on your toes. I looked high and then bring it down wide, low. And I want you to get really low. And from there you go, couldn't find, and lift that foot up to get you back up. Nobody. So I looked all over, couldn't find nobody. I searched high and low, still couldn't find nobody. And then nobody greater than you. That is another addition, because usually it's nobody greater than you. So this one is nobody greater, and they add in one last one, and just go collapse your hands. And I don't want it to look like nobody, like you're doing that thing. I want it to look soft, like you're just throwing them on the way. So nobody greater Take your hands over, right foot back, then you. Let me see how much time I have.